Good morning. It is 4:38 and I am up drinking 2 shots of espresso to go do fasted cardio because I gotta get used to doing fasted cardio. It is 5:55 in the morning and I am pulling up to work here in a few minutes. Woke up at 4:30 to do some fasted cardio. I have 30 minutes right now, 5 times a week. And John doesn't care if it's fasted or not, but I want to start getting into the habit of doing fasted because at some point my cardio will get pretty high and it's just easier for me if I already get into the habit of doing fasted cardio. It's easier for me to start getting into the habit of doing fasted cardio now because eventually my cardio will get high enough to where I might have to split it between fasted and post-workout. I'm anticipating that's the case, so just waking up a little bit earlier. My days usually start around 5 to 5:30 anyway, so I'm just waking up a little bit earlier just to get a head start on that. And the reason that I am doing that is because, surprise, we are in prep. I was not expecting to prep this year. That was not the plan, but we are gonna run it. We're gonna prep this year and see what happens. We decided to prep because I checked in with John and he was like, I think you should compete. And I was like, this year? What? And he was like, I think you should compete this year because we were going to clean me up anyways, like cut me down. But the reality is I hate dieting. I hate dieting outside of a prep setting. I don't like it. I will do it, but I won't give it my 110% like I do during prep. I'll still do the cardio, but the reality is like I'm okay like swapping some stuff or having a little bit extra bites of something when I'm not really preparing for a show. I'm going to speak for myself. So he was like, you do really well when you have a goal. And it's already been over a year since I last competed. So he's like, why don't we prep, get you really, really lean, and then reverse you out properly. My last reverse went really well. My body responded really well. And as we all know, when you reverse, if you do it correctly, it's a really good time to pack on some really good quality muscle. So I just wouldn't get that lean without competing, if that makes sense. I will do it if I compete because in my head it makes sense. Okay, I'm going to get this shredded and I'm going to suffer because I'm going to have a competition after it versus just suffering for not competing, if that makes sense. So in my head, it makes it a little bit better to rationalize cutting and locking in and getting so lean in order to reverse because I'm doing a show. But truly what I want to do is see the progress that we made in this last year and a half, which I believe we have made really good progress. It will 100% be my best to date because I do think we've made really good progress from last prep last year. So we're going to see how we look. It'll be the best I've looked because I do think we have made some progress and then see where that goes. Realistically, I'm hopeful for a top 5 placing again. In junior nationals last year, I placed 3rd. So I'm hoping for at least the first call outs here at nationals. If I don't get it, it is what it is. Will I be bummed? Yes, but it's okay because I always plan to compete in 2027 anyways. Next year will be a crazy year for me as well. The first half of the year, I have a lot of weddings. I'm a maid of honor in one of them. So I will most likely prep towards the second half of the year. That just makes more logical sense in my head. And I'm also not going to put my body through a prep coming from a prep in December. So that's kind of like the timeline right now. It's susceptible to change. Who knows what's going to happen? Clearly, like life is kind of crazy. I was not expecting to prep this year and ended up about to start into a prep now. So I think it would be really fun to bring you guys along. I'm going to try my best to vlog as much as possible, but as we all know, prep can be very draining. Right now, my spirits and my energies are really good, but as the time progresses, who knows? We still got 16 weeks of this, and in my head 16 weeks is not a long time considering my last prep was about 20 something weeks, like 25 weeks or something like that. And I'm starting this prep right now a little bit heavier. Granted, my body composition is a lot better. Like I said, I've definitely made some progress, so things to kind of consider, and I'm trying just not to get in my head. I'm really going to try this prep to just blinders on, do what John tells me to do. And that's it, because honestly, that's all I can control. I know he's not going to let me get on stage if I'm not ready. So worst comes to worst, we give it our all, we're not ready, and we just don't compete and just reverse. But I don't know. The plan is to compete at the end of the year, and it wouldn't be fair to just kind of do this secretly, especially because I said I wanted to start YouTube and vlogging to bring you guys along for my next prep. I just thought it would be next year. I hope you guys take along for the ride, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what you want to see. Honestly, prep is a lot of the same thing. My life doesn't really change when I'm in prep versus when I'm out of it. I still have the same routine. I still work a normal job, and then I still have to go train, and then I still have cardio, and I still have to eat my foods. Anyways, I pulled up to work and I'm gonna be late, so I'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, it is 3 p.m. I just made it to the gym. I'm outside. I'm finishing my Evogen ready to drink. This is the Tangerine Blast. These are lifesavers for pre-workout. I logged it and I am counting it towards my macros for the day because it does have 10 carbs. Yeah, 10 grams of carbs. I did my cardio this morning, and I am so happy I got up early and did my cardio because I can't imagine having to do my cardio after this leg day. My cardio right now is 30 minutes 5 times a week, and then my training got updated, so I was previously working out 4 times a week, and now it's 5 times a week for this prep as of right now. We're doing 2 upper, 3 lower body days because we really need my shoulders to kind of like blow up a little bit just for more shape. And then of course my quad movements actually got reduced significantly because if you're new here, hi, I'm a wellness competitor, but I am very quad dominant. So I need my posterior, my glutes and my hammies to catch up. So that's why we're reducing my quad volume, because I don't really need to hit them as often because they're pretty strong on their own as it is right now. We just pulled up to the gym. Like I said, my training schedule and my training did update. So this will be a brand new Glute Ham day. And I thought, why don't you guys come along for my first official day in prep and my first official day with this new split. It looks like from previously before, it is less volume. Let me see. Yeah, it is. It's less volume. So before I was doing pretty much 3 working sets, but very high volume, 12 to 15 reps of everything. And those were my working sets. Now it's more either 2 working sets with a little less volume or a top set and a back off set. So that doesn't mean we're not warming up towards those top sets, but it'll be less sets, but hopefully that allows me to keep the intensity from the beginning to the end of the workout. Anyways, let's get in there. All right guys, really important is to stretch. I know people don't like to do it, but it's really important to warm up before you do your workout. It's gonna prevent injury and you're gonna feel a lot better. The connection's gonna feel a lot better once you do this. Something that I've been doing in my improvement season and will continue to do during my prep is log my workouts. This is the Gym Reaper's workout journal. This is the one with the spiral. They have another one that's for ladies that doesn't have the spiral, but anybody honestly can use whichever one. I personally like the spiral one a little bit better because it's easier to kind of flip this way rather than just like a regular journal or notebook. But this is really awesome. This is my second one. I already have used one the whole way through, and it's just really good to keep yourself accountable for reps and weights. I'll show you a blank page, but this is what I do before every workout. As you can see, I've already used quite a bit of it, but I'll show you a blank page. And this is one that I have already filled out with like my previous split, and this is a blank page. You can write what workout it is, the date, and then what exercise. You have up to 6 sets here, so you can even log your working sets. I usually don't, but I think I will actually for this one. And you can check off your warm up, your cool down, stuff like that. Honestly, it's a very, very good. And like I said, I do this before every workout. So for this new day, it's a new ham and glute day. We have seated ham curl, hip thrusts, glute medial kickbacks, focus squat, or a V squat. I really like the glute focus squat, so I'm going to continue there and continue to progress. B stance, bench RDL, and standing calf raises. So this shouldn't be a super long workout. And like I said, by the looks of it, it is 2 working sets or a top set and a back off set. Okay, so this is kind of what it'll look like today. I rearranged the order a little bit just for fatigue purposes, but this is how I write it out. I think I'm gonna do 2 warm-up sets and then 2 working sets, and I think I'm gonna start tracking them. And then what I'm gonna do is for my working sets, I'm gonna block them off or put them a darker color just so I know. And then at the bottom it has for you to write notes. Usually I'll write like, oh, go up or go down or whatever. But this is the workout journal. All right, so I already did my first 2 warm-up sets, and I did about 8 reps, and now I have 2 working sets for 12. I'm gonna start off with 210 because previously my working sets, I think my top set was 225 for like 10. So I'm gonna start at 210. If those are pretty easy, then I'm gonna go to 225. So I did 13 unassisted. I started to fill in the 14. I think I'm gonna add 2.5. And then rip this. You have these little plates. This is 2.5 pounds. Free game for progressive overload, so you don't shock your nervous system. Instead of going up a plate because you were able to hit that number last week to failure, go up in smaller increments as to not shock your nervous system. So I'm gonna go up 2.5 pounds, or maybe 5 pounds at a time, which is a load that your nervous system and your body can handle versus going up another plate or 25 pounds, you know. Progress is still progress as long as the reps are quality. You got this. It's better to do that, mediate fatigue, than just throw on an extra plate and get it for 2 reps. Also, people, wipe your damn machines, please. If you're sweaty, do not leave them sweaty. Recently, I've been really enjoying doing these on the Smith machine, but there's somebody on the singular Smith machine that I have, and I don't feel like waiting because I also need that for my glute focus squats. So I'm just gonna suck it up and do them here. But recently, I've definitely preferred doing them on the Smith machine rather than here, but it's okay. It's gonna be my second warm-up, and I think my first working set I'll probably do 3 plates, or actually this is the top set. I think I'll do 3 plates for here on this machine. But my first warm-up I did about 8 reps. I'm gonna do about the same here, and then go into my top set, or I'll do 10. I'll do about 10 here, and then I'll go into my top set. This for 10, and then a back off set, and then we'll go to the squats. Top set of 10. So I'm gonna do 2 warm-up sets. Probably do somewhere between 6 to 8 reps. I'll probably do 8 reps here on 1 plate. Then I'll do 2, see how I feel, and then I'll go for my top set. And these are glute focused, so I'm really trying to prevent my knees from going over my toes. That will turn on quads, so I'm trying to sit back, keep my feet at like more of a 90, pause at the bottom, and explode up with my glutes. Javi's really good at pushing me with these. Danny isn't here today, so. Are you guys team straps or knee sleeves? I'm usually knee sleeves, but I'm washing them, and so I wanted to try the straps out, but I don't know how I feel about them, to be honest. I feel like I might just need smaller knee sleeves. Vote down below, what are your team straps or knee sleeves? Oh, see, like, this is such a fucking pain. top set was good. I'm gonna go up. I was just scared because I didn't have a spot. And my husband isn't here to spot me. And last week I did 2 plates and a 10 for 12. So in my head, I was like, all right, I'll just add 5 each side. But I definitely could have done probably a 25. So next week I'm just gonna full send and add a 25. Because I think I could do it, especially with a spot. Now we got B-stance RDLs. I've done them before on the bench. They're very, very good on the bench to help isolate. But again, ever since I started training with Javi, he's giving me awesome cues. So now I do them this way, and the connection's really good. So we have 2 working sets for 12. I already warmed up for 1, but I'm pretty warm to just go right ahead and get started. Right, we just finished the Glute Ham day. It was really good. I am super happy that I did cardio in the morning fasted because I cannot imagine myself doing cardio right now. Although I did do some steps, but it wasn't my cardio. This pretty much solidified me wanting to do my cardio fasted in the morning just to kind of get it over with. But yeah, good workout. Obviously energy's fine right now. We just started prep literally today, so I'm gonna go home and eat my post-workout meal, shower and chill, and probably try and go to sleep in a couple hours. It's 6 now. But my wonderful husband, Danny, bought everything that I needed because I got my plan literally last night, and he cooked for me and made my meals, set them up, and now they're ready for me when I get home. Thankfully, I have a really good support system. That's also very, very important, guys. Having a good support system. It doesn't have to be a significant other, but it can be friends and family, other competitors, just people in your corner, because even though bodybuilding is a selfish sport, those relationships with other people do matter, and they come in handy when you need help, and it does a lot for your mental. Just knowing that you have support from other people, even though you have to be selfish when you do it. It just means a lot to me that he is willing to do those things for me. And also, don't settle, ladies, because there are people out there that are more than happy to help you reach your goals. And I am lucky enough that I found my person, and I found somebody who supports my goals as if they were his own goals, and it goes vice versa. When he's in prep, I also help, but that's how it should be. That's a partnership. Anyways, I am gonna go home, thanks for watching and being with me in this literal first day of prep. This is crazy. Comment below what you guys want to see this prep. This is my first time fully trying to record a prep like from start to finish. I can't say that I'm not gonna miss anything or miss a week or something, but I'm gonna really try not to. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Love you guys so much. Gracias mi gente por el apoyo y por siempre estar ahí para mí. Los quiero. Bye.